بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Dear brothers and sisters, we continue our lesson and our study in the book آداب المعلمين والمتعلمين by Shaykh عبد الرحمن bin Nasir Sa'adi rahimahullah, and we have arrived at point 9 of this beautiful text. And point 9, the title of point 9 is فوائد توقف عما لا يعلم, and that title could be translated as benefits of remaining silent when one does not know. And we see here in the title, and we're going to focus on the Arabic, we see here in the title the first word, the word fawaid. And fawaid means benefits, and the singular of fawaid is fa'ida, which means a benefit. And then we see the word at-tawaqquf. At-tawaqquf, you could also say waqf, which means to stop, right? Now, what does the Shaykh say here in this point? And so far we've covered 8 points, and all these 8 points, they're closely related to each other. Now, what does it say in the Arabic text here? وفي توقفه عما لا يعلم فوائد كثيرة منها أن هذا هو الواجب عليه، ومنها أنه إذا توقف وقال الله أعلم فما أسرع ما يأتيه علم ذلك، إما من مراجعته أو مراجعة غيره، فإن المتعلم إذا رأى معلمه توقف جد واجتهد في تحصيل علمها وإتحاف المعلم بها، فما أحسن هذا الأثر. ومنها أنه إذا توقف عما لا يعرف كان دليلا على ثقته وإتقانه فيما يجزم به من المسائل، كما أن من عرف منه الإقدام على الكلام فيما لا يعلم كان ذلك داعيا للريب في كل ما يتكلم به حتى في الأمور الواضحة. ومنها أن المعلم إذا رأى منه المتعلمون توقفه عما لا يعلم كان ذلك تعليما لهم وإرشادا إلى هذه الطريقة الحسنة، والاقتداء بالأحوال والأعمال أبلغ من الاقتداء بالأقوال. And this is where the Shaykh stops point 9 of the text, and we'll turn to the translation. And this is on page 42 of those of you who have the book. Benefits of remaining silent when one does not know. فوائد التوقف عما لا يعلم. عما لا يعلم, you see here لا يعلم. This is from the verb alima, to know, right? Now, when a teacher withholds from speaking about what he does not know, there are a number of benefits. And the Shaykh, he mentions, let me see, how many benefits does he mention here? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the Shaykh in total, he mentions 4 benefits in this text, and you can see it from the point وَمِنْهَا, and from them, meaning from the benefits. One of them minha, you could say one of them also, or from them. One of them is the fulfillment of an actual obligation, as this withholding is a duty on him in such a situation anyway. So what the Shaykh is saying here is that a teacher should always withhold from speaking when he does not know something, because this is an obligation upon him. This is a wajib upon the teacher. And this means that in general, and specifically regarding teachers, they should not speak about those things they don't have any knowledge about. And unfortunately, this is rampant in this day and age. You see, many people are speaking about things they have no or very little knowledge about. So as we say here, and this is a proverb, silence is gold, right? To keep quiet has the value of gold. And you could also think of another proverb, the art of saying nothing, right? And silence is power. All those proverbs, they point to that which the Shaykh is talking about in this text. Yes. Now, another one of those benefits is that when he withholds and says Allah knows best, Allahu A'lam, how quickly knowledge of that issue will come to him, whether it be from his own follow-up or the follow-up of others, al-muraja'ah. When a student sees that his teacher withholds from speaking, he gets serious and he becomes diligent in learning about that point. And then he shares it with the teacher. What a wonderful impact this behavior has. So the Shaykh says here, فَمَا أَحْسَنَ هَذَا الْأَثَرِ. And athar could also mean a fact or consequence here in this context. So you could say, or we could take away from this passage here, that the word at-tawaqquf, you could also replace it by as-samt, right? We have the word as-samt, and as-samt means silence. And this reminds us about the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where he said, whoever believes in Allah on the last day, let him speak good or remain silent. And in another hadith we can read, whoever is silent, he is saved. Just to stress the importance of silence in this regard here. The second passage or paragraph in this point here, you could translate as follows. From those benefits is that withholding from speaking about what he is not aware of is actually proof of his reliability and precision in the issues which he does speak about. On the other hand, when someone is known to discuss things he does not know about, it causes people to doubt what he says, and even in easier, more obvious topics. And then the last benefit number 4, among those benefits is that when students see the teacher withholding from speaking about matters he does not know, this actually teaches them these good manners and guides them to them within their own dealings. Setting a practical example through one's behavior in real scenarios is more impactful or has more impact than expecting them to follow verbal instructions. So it's teaching by example. So the Shaykh says here, and this is from his wisdom, you should teach by example. Don't just give your students verbal instructions, no, show them. And this is how you do it, right? By staying silent about those things you have no knowledge about. Wallahu a'lamu bisawab. This ends this point here and this lesson. Barakallahu fikum for your time and your patience, and I will see you in the next lesson where we will discuss point 10 from this beautiful text. Alhamdulillah. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.